In enterprise data management, you might have a data governance use case that requires multiple rounds of a governance workflow. For example, where individual user requests need managerial or line of business approvals, and then the changes must be periodically reviewed in full by a governance committee. Rather than sending every granular request separately to the governance committee, you can consolidate in-flight requests from the same view into a consolidation request. Consolidating requests bundles all items across multiple requests into a single request to allow all changes to be reviewed and approved together. Let's see how you could implement that scenario. This entity maintenance view includes viewpoints for maintaining our Oracle Financials Cloud General Ledger entity hierarchy and synchronizing it with our planning and financial consolidation and close applications. The General Ledger entity hierarchy is organized by geography. You can configure policies to apply to specific types of requests. For example, when users make changes with interactive requests, different first-level approval policies are triggered depending on the geographical hierarchy. A second-level approval policy that applies to the whole dimension is triggered for both interactive and consolidation requests. This ensures that all changes must eventually be approved by the Data Governance Committee. There is also a commit policy that is triggered when node names are changed, and a notification policy that is triggered for changes to certain types of nodes. Let's return to the Entity Maintenance view and display the current requests. There are currently 3 in-flight requests for the Entity Maintenance view created by 3 different users. Each request triggers a different first-level approval policy based on the geographical hierarchy being changed. We'll see what happens to the governance workflow when these requests are consolidated. To consolidate requests, navigate to the Requests page. Because you can only consolidate requests from the same view, it's a best practice to filter the request list by view. Select the requests you want to consolidate, then click Consolidate Requests. You can optionally add the submitters of the original requests as collaborators on the new draft consolidation request. The requests are combined into a single consolidation request. The status of the original requests is changed from in-flight to consolidated, and the consolidated requests can no longer be edited. Regardless of the workflow progress of the original requests, the consolidation request is created in the Submit stage with the status of draft. When you inspect the request, you can see on the Workflow tab that the current assignee is the user who consolidated the original requests. If you added the original request submitters as collaborators, you can see their names here. Check the Policies tab to review the data governance workflow for the consolidated request. In this example, the consolidation request triggers only the Governance Committee approval policy for all request items. The frontline managerial and line of business approval policies are not triggered, so we avoid making users reapprove request items that were already approved before the original requests were consolidated. After the Governance Committee approves the request, items where node names were changed trigger a final review with the Node Name Change Commit policy. Finally, some items trigger a notification policy to notify users when the items are committed. If one of the consolidated requests needs to be pushed back or rejected, you have the option to discard the consolidation request while it is in draft status. This action returns the original requests back to in-flight status, where they can be completed individually. Let's open the new draft request. Items from the original requests are now collected in a single request, so you can visualize all the changes together and validate them as a whole. While the consolidation request is in draft status, the request owner can rename the request or make further changes to request items as necessary. The system creates an attachment to the consolidation request that includes request items from all the original requests. Submit the request to start the data governance workflow. When the workflow is complete, the changes are committed to the view, the consolidation request is closed, and the consolidated requests are also moved to the closed stage for audit purposes. To learn more, visit docs.oracle.com.